Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies, man. I'm a little late, but better late than never. In the 5th round of the draft, man, the Saints, we all knew we needed the linebacker. We took DeMarco Jackson from Appalachian State, inside linebacker. More than likely going to play the will position, that weak side linebacker position. Obviously, we got Demario Davis and Pete Warner who's going to be the starters. But I did mention this is one of the needs, for the team. We definitely needed to draft a linebacker in this draft, a depth position for us, a depth signing, a depth pick, also a special teams guy. And I'm just going to kind of talk about some of his traits. I didn't watch him at all, honestly. Never even crossed my path with him. I'll definitely watch him after this video. But right off the bat, man, just looking at his physicals, 6'1", 235, 6'6" wingspan, ran a 4.5, had a 33-inch vertical, and a 10.5 broad jump. Obviously, that's a great athlete at that size, that speed. That's a super, super good athlete. From what I've been reading so far, he can get sideline to sideline. Obviously, he plays fast. You're 4.5 linebacker. That's super, super fast. Reading this from Bleacher Report, above average change of direction. Flashes ability to trigger early and shoot through the gap into the backfield. That's obviously the case, man. You run 4.5. You're a good athlete. You have good explosion. They say he's a reliable tackler, wraps up consistently. That's going to be big, especially if you're going to be a special teams guy, a guy that's going to be trying to get on the field early. You have to be a good tackler, especially in space. All right, I'm going to go through some of his cons, from this article. Like I said, these are not my cons. These are not my pros or negatives. I'm just reading what I see. Says he false steps too often against the run, prone to ending up behind plays and need to rally for late tackles. That just sounds like a guy that's trying to use his athleticism, to sneak and win plays and doesn't have the proper technique. Those things can be coachable. Also, it says below average ability to take on blocks on the second level, can only win through finesse. That's also sounding like a guy that's only using his athleticism, need to use that power and strength. Sometimes you can't go around. Sometimes the only way through is to go straight through them. Poor and tight scrums against contact, cannot generate push. Size and strength are both a concern. That won't be a concern for the Saints because he's not going to be a starter. He's going to be a rotational player at best and a special teams guy, so I'm not really too worried about that. Coverage is a question mark. Uncomfortable with dropping into zones and being aware of what is behind him. That's the biggest issue for most linebackers coming into the draft, man. Pass coverage is so much different on the next level because these running backs are basically receivers. You got guys like Christian McCaffrey, Cordell Patterson, Alvin Kamara, obviously, that can catch the ball out the backfield. And you're going to have to be able to cover or you can't play. I'll have to watch him myself to formulate an opinion on him. But when I'm reading, seems like this just athletic guy, maybe a little weak. It's probably going to have to hit the weight room, get stronger, get more physical. But I have to watch it, like I said. But does concern me that he's lax in the pass coverage, but it also doesn't because I know he won't play for us. He's more going to be a special teams guy, rotational guy, maybe a goal line guy or something like that. He won't be getting every down snaps with the Saints. Obviously, he can become that. You never know. But this pick, I'm only grading these picks off of need. We definitely needed the linebacker. So we got one in the 5th round, and I'm okay with that. I'll definitely give this pick maybe like a C+, B-. Obviously, you're not expecting to get a starter this late. You're not expecting to get a game changer. I mean, it happens sometimes, but you're just expecting to get a guy that's going to compete for a roster spot, hopefully make the team. And if he does, be a special teams contributor year 1, and then hopefully year 2, year 3, he can be a everyday player for you. If that's not the case, hopefully we just get a special teams guy, and that would be great. Obviously, our linebacker position is set with Warner and Demario, and basically you're only running 2 linebackers these days. No one's going to be out there in the base 4-3 for most of the game, with everybody going 3-4 wide receivers. That'll be all, man. If you've seen him, if you watched him, let me know in the comments below what y'all think about him. Like I said, I'll definitely go watch him a little later today and see, do a game film breakdown, see what I think about him. But as always, man, it's the Boot Tragedies, and I'm out.